Okay, everybody, we're back for Module 10's exercise, where we're going to be customizing the Liferay user local service with a service wrapper. In this exercise, we're going to be overriding the Liferay user local service with a service wrapper component. We're going to override the add user with workflow method in such a way that it's going to allow users to be added from their work email address. Just a quick overview. We're going to create a Liferay module project using the service wrapper template. We're going to override the add user with workflow method. We're going to do our final code review, and then we're going to go ahead and deploy and test that. Getting right into it, we're going to pop over again to our Liferay Developer Studio. Back in our training workspace, where we're going to create a new module. In this instance, we're going to do new Liferay module project. And we're going to go ahead and call this User Local Service Override, keeping that same default location and keeping that as Gradle for Liferay version 7.2 as well. We're going to go ahead and use the service wrapper template here. And once that's all filled out, we can go ahead and select Next. For the component class name, we're going to use User Local Service Override. And we're going to give that a package name of com Liferay training user service. For the service name, again, we're going to hit that browse button. And we're going to look for star.userLocalService It's the only one that pops up here. We'll go ahead and select that. And once we have that all filled out, we can go ahead and finish. So we'll go ahead and select Finish and wait for that to create all of our files for us. Okay, once that's back, we're going to have our user local service override module already created. We can go ahead and open that class that it's generated for us inside of source, main Java Liferay. Okay. What we're going to do now is we're going to right-click on the user local service override constructor, and we're going to choose source, and we're going to go ahead and do override or implement methods. We're going to look for the add user with workflow method. It's alphabetical, so it's going to be right here. And we're going to select OK. All right, now we have this override method. What we're going to do now is implement this method as seen in the snippets file. So we can navigate over to our snippets folder under exercise 1. And open this guy up. Go ahead and copy that entire method. We can do an override of everything that was created for us. Just paste that on in and hit save. We shouldn't have any errors or anything here, so we can do a final code review. Go ahead and reference the book that you've been provided with, and just make sure that everything looks okay and that it matches what's in the final code. Once we're done with that, we can go ahead into the training workspace. We can go ahead into our modules, user local service, and go ahead and build that. So we'll go ahead and do a build. And a pretty quick build here. So what we're going to do next is we're going to navigate over to where this exercise is. Once we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and navigate to where our module resides by going to Show in System Explorer. We'll just come up a few levels into this build folder. And it'll be here under the libs folder. We can go ahead and copy that jar. And we're going to go ahead and deploy that into our Tomcat bundle. Okay, that should disappear when it gets deployed. We can go over to our console and just make sure that gets deployed properly. Yep, it looks like we started. And from here, we can go ahead to localhost 8080 and try and sign in. Go ahead and sign in. Once that's all done, we can go ahead and navigate to our control panel. We'll select users, and then users and organizations. And what we're going to do here is we're going to click on the plus button on the top right to add a user. And then we're going to try to create a user with one of the rejected email domains in the add user with workflow method. So in that case, we can use something like @gmail.com or something like that. So we can do testername@gmail.com. Oops. Actually, we'll cut that and put it into our email address. And we'll go ahead and make his screen name testername. Give him the first name of tester, last name, name, and then we're going to go ahead and try and save that. And we'll notice that the request failed to complete. If we check our console, we can see here that it says you must enter a work email address and that the user will not be added. So that's going to validate the code that we just created. We'll go ahead and see you in the next exercise.